Hi everyone, welcome back to YouTube, and welcome to the Dr. Cato Lifestyle channel. Imagine waking up early in the morning before the day fully begins. The house is quiet, everything feels calm, and the first thing you do is reach for your glucose monitor. You prick your finger, place a small drop of blood on the strip, and wait a few seconds for the result. Then the number appears, and it's higher than you expected. You didn't eat sugar last night? You tried to make healthy choices? Maybe you even avoided carbs, yet somehow your blood sugar is still high. That moment can feel confusing and sometimes even frustrating. But here's something shocking most people never hear. Blood sugar problems are not only about sugar. In fact, many people focus only on cutting carbohydrates while ignoring a few simple strategies that may support how the body actually handles glucose. And if you miss these small daily habits, your metabolism may slowly become less efficient over time. In today's video, we are going to explore for surprisingly simple strategies that may support blood sugar balance and metabolic health. 3 of them are natural oils that researchers have been studying for their potential influence on insulin sensitivity, inflammation, and cardiovascular health. And the 4th is a tiny movement that can be done while sitting, a movement so simple that most people overlook it completely. Before we explore those strategies, it's important to understand something about what happens inside your body overnight. When you sleep, your body continues to work. Your liver releases stored glucose into the bloodstream to make sure your brain and muscles still have energy. In a healthy metabolic system, insulin signals cells to absorb that glucose, keeping blood sugar within a stable range. But when insulin resistance begins to develop, cells become less responsive to insulin signals. As a result, glucose stays in the bloodstream longer than it should. The pancreas tries to compensate by releasing more insulin, and over time, this can place significant stress on the metabolic system. This is why blood sugar control is not only about avoiding sugar, it also involves improving how efficiently the body uses glucose and how well cells respond to insulin signals. Now, let us begin with the first oil that has attracted enormous attention from researchers studying metabolic health: extra virgin olive oil. For thousands of years, olive oil has been a central part of traditional diets, particularly in Mediterranean regions. Researchers began noticing something interesting about populations that consume olive oil regularly. These populations often show lower rates of cardiovascular disease and better metabolic health compared with regions where processed fats are more common. One of the main reasons is the type of fat olive oil contains. It is rich in monounsaturated fatty acids, especially a compound known as oleic acid. Unlike certain processed fats that can increase inflammation, monounsaturated fats tend to support healthier cholesterol balance and improve cellular function. Olive oil also contains powerful plant compounds called polyphenols. These compounds act as antioxidants that help protect blood vessels from oxidative stress. When blood vessels remain healthy and flexible, circulation improves, and metabolic systems function more efficiently. Another interesting effect occurs when olive oil is consumed with meals that contain carbohydrates. Olive oil may slightly slow digestion, which can help glucose enter the bloodstream more gradually instead of causing sharp spikes. Even a simple habit, such as adding 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil to salads or vegetables, can become a small daily step that supports metabolic balance. For centuries, it has been used in traditional medicine, and modern science has started paying attention to it as well. The oil is black seed oil. Black seed oil is extracted from the seeds of a plant called Nigella sativa. In many cultures across the Middle East and Asia, these seeds have been used for generations to support digestion, immunity, and overall vitality. What makes black seed oil particularly interesting is a compound it contains called thymoquinone. Thymoquinone has been studied for its strong antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Chronic inflammation is one of the major drivers of insulin resistance. When inflammation increases in the body, insulin receptors can become less responsive, making it harder for cells to absorb glucose. By helping regulate inflammatory pathways, thymoquinone may support healthier insulin signaling. Some research also suggests that compounds in black seed oil may influence how the liver releases glucose during the night, which could help explain why some individuals experience improved fasting blood sugar levels over time. Because black seed oil is very concentrated, only small amounts are usually used. Many people consume about half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon daily, sometimes mixed with honey or added to yogurt or smoothies. Now let's move to the third oil, and this one is particularly well known for its connection to heart health: flaxseed oil. Flaxseed oil is one of the richest plant sources of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically a type called alpha-linolenic acid. Omega-3 fats play an important role in regulating inflammation throughout the body. Chronic inflammation is closely linked with both insulin resistance and damage to blood vessels. When inflammation decreases, cells often become more responsive to insulin signals, allowing glucose to move more efficiently from the bloodstream into tissues where it can be used for energy. Omega-3 fatty acids also help support healthier cholesterol levels and improve the flexibility of cell membranes. Flexible cell membranes allow insulin receptors to function more effectively, improving communication between insulin and cells. Because flaxseed oil is sensitive to heat, it is usually not recommended for cooking at high temperatures. Instead, it works best when added to foods after they are prepared. A teaspoon mixed into a smoothie or drizzled over vegetables or salads can provide beneficial omega-3 fats. Now here is the part of the video that surprises many people. Even if you choose healthy foods, long periods of sitting can still affect how your body processes glucose. When muscles remain inactive for extended periods, they use less glucose for energy. But researchers recently studied a very small muscle in the lower leg called the soleus muscle. This muscle makes up only about 1% of total muscle mass, yet it plays a unique role in metabolism. The study focused on a simple movement known as the soleus push-up. The movement is incredibly simple. While sitting in a chair, you keep the front of your foot on the floor and gently raise your heel repeatedly. This activates the soleus muscle in the calf. What makes this movement interesting is that the soleus muscle is highly resistant to fatigue. It can remain active for long periods without tiring eyes. Researchers found that activating this muscle through repeated heel raises may help improve glucose regulation and metabolic activity, even while sitting. In practical terms, this means that small bursts of movement during long periods of sitting may help support better metabolic balance. For example, every 30 to 60 minutes, you could spend about 1 minute performing gentle heel raises while seated. It's a tiny habit that requires almost no effort, yet it keeps a key metabolic muscle active. When strategies like these come together, supportive nutrition, healthy fats, small amounts of movement, proper sleep, and consistent medical guidance, the body often manages glucose more efficiently. None of these oils are cures for diabetes, and they should never replace medical treatment or professional advice. But they can become supportive nutritional tools within a broader lifestyle approach to metabolic health. Small habits, practiced consistently, often create the biggest long-term changes. If you watched this entire video, write the word "clear" in the comments below. I always enjoy seeing who stays until the end. And if you want to continue learning simple, science-based strategies to support insulin sensitivity, metabolism, and long-term health, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos.